I hope you can clear see my screens. You can clear hear my voice. And let's start our last topic for today. And I hope you're not so very tired, but we will see later how you're doing today. And we are going to talk about emotions in quality assurance. And before we start, let's talk about myself. Um, my name is Artem Grygorenko. I'm making from usual quality assurance pro in IT. Also, I am musician, musical adventurer and DJ for sure. So the next slide here, you can see a lot of bullets, and during my speech, you will see a lot of bullets in my presentation, but that's not all of that. You can you can screen my share, and you can share it in social media. You can tag me. You can ask questions in social media, and for sure we can have a good discussion there regarding my talk for today. And let's start. And before for sure we start, here is nice cutie cat. So enjoy it for a little and relax, sit back, think about something interesting, light. And the one main question, what are you feeling right now? And currently you have listened to amazing talks from Arthur and Halina, and ask yourself what you're feeling. Are you feeling inspiration? Are you feeling excitation, boredom, or maybe you are anger that you can sit all of this time on one place and listen all three talks? Just how often you ask yourself about what are you feeling? Why some manager said that you should left your emotion outside of your job? So many questions. But let's dive into this interesting topic. Here is our small agenda that we will talk today. So we will talk about what are emotions and what emotions exist. And for sure, we are going to talk how emotions and feeling affect us and our colleagues. And there will be some examples. And the last but not least, actually, the most of you are here because of it. You want to know how emotion can drive your QA process or testing. Emotion, this is from the wiki, is first of all mental process, which is quite medium duration. And this process reflecting a subjective evaluation attitude towards existing or possible situation and the objective work. Here, I want you to understand that all of our emotions are really subjective evaluation of something. For example, you love pizza, but today your favorite pizzeria is closed, but you already arrived. So what are you feeling now? You may feel anger towards the pizzeria because they're closed and you spend some time to come here. Or you can have an interest and you can use this chance to find another good and cozy place for sure. So emotions are really different. And here's also another question, why this topic is really important. As we know, software development is a human activity. And let's go through this chain. Our work in general, as I told, is human activity. Humans and all of us, we are creation of rationality and emotions. When we are talking about emotions, the triggers for alertness and awareness. and all of our problems associated with desires and desires associated with willing. Because of this, we should consider this is a really important topic for us, for our desires and problems we have. And this is quite interesting topic for investigation, understanding, and be aware about it. Let's think about what emotions do you know? I have just simple question. How many emotions you know? Let's calculate. You can calculate in yourself. I think most of you will count like one, not one, but 4, 5, maybe 8 is really a nice count of emotions. And maybe someone will find like around 12 emotions. But how many there are? Here's one guy, Robert Plutchik. He's famous psychologist, and in 1918, he created an interesting thing, this thing called wheel of emotions. In this wheel, you can see like 32 emotions. From these 32 emotions, there are 8 primary emotions that he identified, and they're basis for all of other emotions. And actually, they're like grouped. Each of these basic emotion can be expressed more strongly. If you take, for example, joy, the basic emotion of joy, you can see it in yellow. It could be impressed like more deeply or more strongly to ecstasy. Or another one, anger, can be stronger for rage or annoyance. And this is one of the tools that you can use in your daily job. And in terms of work, you can use this tool to identify your emotions. And how it connects to your work, we can see next with some examples. Example 1. This is pretty common example. You have found, as you think, the best bug of your life. You're confident, you are proud, you record all the details in Jira, you are localized it, you found an issue, and you bring it to your manager. And manager says like, this is a minor bug. Let's drop it into backlog for now. Maybe we can fix it later. And let's think what I'm feeling now. And here are 2 options. You could feel surprised because your manager thinks this is a minor bug, or you can feel anger or even rage that this bug doesn't feel like you expected to be. You saw that it's supposed to be fixed as soon as possible because it's like kind of blocker issue, high critical issue, doesn't matter. Here's another example. Let's think about emotion of other people. You received a test bill from a developer, and the basic functionality is not working. Again, you take a bold step towards the developer and tell him, your software is rubbish. Again, why can't you just test it first? You think that the build gave to you from developers should be fine, without issues, without bugs, without everything. But let's think, what emotion does the guy on the left feel? You're the QA from the right, and here's developer on the left. There are a bunch of emotion he may feel. For sure, depending on qualification of your developer. One of the emotion is surprise. He may ask a question. Why is this tester talk to me like that? Because you don't have any maybe relations and he doesn't understand about it. Also, he can feel fear. Maybe anger is too strong. For sure, you're like senior QA and goes to developers for junior developer and tag, oh, what is it? What is this bug? What is this bug? What can you just test it, okay? Or can you just make better code? Or maybe he can feel an anger on you because if you are questioning their work, different emotions. And another example, your team has successfully launched the first version of new product on the market. On the first day, you receive a good statistic on the use of your application, which were not available before, and you're all celebrating. What kind of emotions do you feel now? I'm sorry for this slide from Apple guys and girls. I found it somewhere in the internet, but here is it. Joy and ecstasy, because the job was well done. And for sure, you can feel trust and admiration in relation to each other. You believe that you can collaborate and make a huge thing together in the future. You start trust to each other more, you grow, you do good thing, you have better mood, you don't have like emotional, professional burnout, and you are going further. And the thing, how can our emotion drive testing? Most of all, testing, it's activity where you ask a lot of questions, and questions go from oracles, and you can use your emotion like oracles. So your oracle, your emotion gives you possibility to ask a question. Let's see how your emotion can be transformed into the question. For example, you testing software and you're feeling like you're boredom. So ask a question, why you're bored? Because this is maybe a minor feature, or what are you doing is really a minor for your release. Or maybe this is low priority test. Just think about it. Or maybe you can feel surprise. And surprise, it can be good or can be bad. But the question is, why this not meeting expectation? What expectations do you have for your testing, for your software, for requirements, or whatever? And here it is, another feeling, like you are tired. Maybe it's time to rest. This is a good question. Maybe you can feel confusion, and this is about unclear interface or poor testability of your software. As an examples, you can use your feeling in different type of testing. For example, when you're making a performance testing, you make some kind of metrics, and for example, if you're impatient, maybe there's unbearable delay. When you're making UI UX testing, the same, you feel frustrated or confusion, it can drive your testing in the future. And one thing that I want you to get from all of my talk today is the emotions and feelings, they are signals. And you should look into what they're signaling. But this is not easy task. Absolutely. You should learn how to do it. And here, there are 4 layers that you should care about. First layer is awareness of your emotions. You should understand what I feel in specific moment. And you should start asking your questions for yourself first. Then the next layer is managing your emotion. So when you understand your emotion, you can manage them. You just can leave it, or you just can work with that. You can reflect on it. The third layer is awareness of other people's emotion. This is more harder for you, and this is basically, it's more for managers. And the fourth and the last one, it's the skill of managing other people's emotions. The last 2 layers of awareness and managing other people's emotions, they're really important for manager. They should understand how the people react, what they're feeling, and they're supposed to have empathy. But because of this, you want to know how you can improve this. And for sure, there are some exercises that you can do for improving your emotion intelligence. And here's the first one. Try to make random reminders, like 3 reminders for 21 days. This reminder should be really random. And when the reminder appears, ask yourself, what I'm feeling now? And write down this emotion. So each time you will think about your emotion and your feeling in one random moment. The second one is to read Emotion Intelligence book by Daniel Goleman. It's a good book for understanding and improve your emotion intelligence. Third one is observe how you react to people. Think about it. When someone doing something, try to understand what I'm feeling now. And the last is try to take responsibility for your action. This one is really important if you want to grow up with understanding and improving your emotion intelligence. And there's not that I have some more thing for you that you can use and you can do tomorrow to start understanding and improving your ways of feelings and understanding your emotion. Write down the emotions you experience during your work day. When you work and someone saying something, or someone doing something, or you start testing, or you start working, or you come to coffee and communicate with your colleague, write down then your emotions you experience, and you will see how many emotions you experience during your whole workday. Identify the connection between emotion and way you're detecting problems. Try to find this connection. Also, when you find a bug or your testing software, try to find the way to describe the process, how you find and investigate this bug. And again, observe how you feel in treated at work, your colleagues, yourself. And this is not easy, but you can do it tomorrow. And I guess this is my final word for you today. Understanding your emotion is not easy, but being able to do so will allow you to adapt to different circumstances and become more self-aware, which can help us to all become better team members and testers. I guess I will not get you bored for a long time, and I think that for you is you are feeling now quite comfortable and good. Thank you and see you in special.